Yo, what's up, Daddy? So check it. Today, I'm gonna do a video on the word cherry picking in boxing. See, a lot of times you hear that word and a lot of people don't know what it means. A lot do know what it means. So we're gonna break down what exactly cherry picking is, and we're gonna give you a great storyline for it to always stick in your head. You know what I'm saying? So now, in essence, what does cherry picking mean? Where did it come from? Where did it originate? Some say it was in a war and people hid in cherry field, you know, to avoid an easy victory. But let's give you a real simplified definition from where it come from. It come from where they harvest cherries, and the pickers that was harvesting cherries, they had to pick cherries. And when they pick cherries, they only pick the reddest and the most ripe cherries. See, because all the other cherries, once somebody go looked at the tree, they realized all the other cherries weren't ready. They were white. They weren't ready. So you only pick the reddest and the best looking fruit. Hence the word cherry picking. So now you say, oh, see, they're only picking the good ones. They ain't picking all of them. So that's how that word wound up being implemented into boxing. I love that liver shot. But obviously it would be his, be the left. That's my favorite shot. Like, bam, 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 liver! But anyway, so that's where we come in the word cherry picking in boxing. You go, that's how I got into boxing. Because now, what did that mean in boxing? It meant that a boxer, especially a polished boxer, who really knows what he's doing, you know, he would pick the most easiest fight for him. You know what I'm saying? Something that was best for him to get an easy victory. Now watch this. I'm gonna give y'all an iconic movie. Remember the movie Rocky? Remember, Apollo Creed was doing all his dances, you know, all that stuff. He was doing all that fancy footwork and everything, right? He was doing all that. But when he had to have a big fight coming up, I want y'all to think, because see, one of the big misconceptions a lot of people have about that movie Rocky is that in Rocky 1, Rocky lost. He did not win the fight. But watch, I'm gonna get into that. But Rocky lost the first fight. It was the second one he won. But here it is. If you go back to Rocky 1, you will see what I'm talking about. Yes, he lost. But this is what happened. Apollo Creed, get your cameras ready. Get your cameras ready. Get your cameras ready. That's how Apollo Creed, that's Southpaw. Apollo Creed was like, get your cameras ready. Get your cameras ready. Remember how Apollo Creed was? He's like, yeah, you're going down. 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 But anyway, in Rocky 1, when Apollo Creed had to have a big fight, remember, he sat down at his table and he had the boxing book of boxers. And he was going through page after page after page, cherry picking. That's what he was doing. See, that went over a lot of people. Hey, he was cherry picking. He went over and over and over until finally he came across this one page and he said, oh, look at it. Who this guy right here, this bum named Rocky Balboa. Remember, he was cherry picking. He looked at the guy's record. The guy's record was lousy. Because remember, Rocky was like a tough guy for some mobster guys doing, you know, beating up guys in the street for money. He was, you know, boxing was something he did as a hobby too. But he was like the guy that go muscle the guy for money. So remember when Apollo Creed was going through that book, he said, oh, we got a guy here, Rocky Balboa. Oh, he's Italian. I think he'd be great. He looked at Rocky's record. The record was lousy. Cherry picking. You see? Cherry picking. You gotta get that snap. You gotta get that snap. You wanna knock out punch? You gotta get that snap. But anyway, he looked through that book. He looked at his record. He realized just how lousy his record was. And he said, hey, look, we could choose this guy here. Yo, matter of fact, he's Italian. We'll call him the Italian Stallion. The newspapers will eat it up. I'll go and finish this bum off in a matter of 3 rounds or whatever he said. I'll finish this bum off quick. See, that's what happened in the movie. If you go back and watch it, you'll see Apollo Creed, he cherry picked Rocky, but didn't know what was about to come. Because see, now you got to remember, in cherry picking, a lot of times cherry picking go wrong. And that's what happened to him in that movie. That's what made that movie so great. Because you got to remember, in the fight, like I said, a lot of people, that movie wound up being so great, you forget, Rocky did not win. He lost, but he did win. Because see, it goes back to that old saying, sometimes when you win, you actually lose. And sometimes when you lose, you actually win. Now let me break that down to you. What do you mean by that sometimes? Sometimes when you actually win, you lose. You know what that means? That means Apollo Creed, right? Apollo Creed, he won the fight. He actually won the fight. But he lost the respect of the people. You see what I'm saying? Now Rocky, on the other hand, and Rocky won. Rocky lost the fight. He didn't get the belt. He lost the fight. But he won the respect of the people. So you get what I'm saying? Sometimes when you lose, you win. And sometimes when you win, you lose. Now, think about it. Look at actual boxing, right? You got a lot of fighters. They cherry pick all the time, especially when they get a certain status, a reputation. They want to get some easy wins up under their belt quick. They go cherry pick. They cherry pick fights, meaning they go get a fight and they go, oh man, this will be an easy win, and then I'm gonna fight this other guy another 8 months from now, just get my numbers up. Cherry picking. But sometimes cherry picking go wrong. There's a lot of cherry picking stories that go wrong, but I remember one, I think it was back in 2000, 2001, 2003, something like that. Remember that dude, Prince Nassim? Always showboating, always doing all these antics, always, right? Always. Back then, like I said, I think it was 2001, because I didn't forget that fight. I loved that he got his ass whooped. Prince Nassim was originally supposed to fight this Mexican fighter. I don't know what happened. The guy didn't make weight. He got hurt. I think he didn't make weight or something like that. That's who he was originally supposed to fight. And that guy was a known good fighter. And so that guy had to back out of the fight. And then Prince Nassim decided to cherry pick another Mexican fighter by the name of Barrera. Y'all remember that fight? He cherry picked Barrera. And he figured, oh, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna dust this. He was thinking like Apollo Creed. He was like, oh, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna dust this bum off real quick. But we all know what happened. Not only Barrera beat the brakes off of Prince Nassim, he made that boy retire. I think Nassim record was something like 35-0 with 31 knockouts. But when he fought Barrera, Barrera embarrassed him. He didn't knock him out, but he knocked his head silly all over the ring. Made him look stupid as he come in the ring, all in dancing and stuff. Made him look foolish because he thought it was going to be a cherry pick, easy fight, and it wound up not being as easy as he thought it was going to be. So just remember, that's what cherry picking means. It means you're looking for an easy win. Get your numbers up as a boxer. So, I had to mention the Rocky thing because a lot of people, as great as that movie was, a lot of people forget that, like Roy Jones said, y'all must have forgotten. Yeah. A lot of people forget Rocky did not win that first fight. He didn't win, but he did win the respect of the people. And Apollo Creed, he did win, but he lost the respect of the people. And if you go back to the beginning of the movie, you realize just the title of this video here, cherry picking. Apollo Creed cherry picked Rocky. Rocky Balboa, called him the Italian Stallion. And said it'll be an easy win. I'm gonna mop this bum up real quick and we're gonna go out and party. And Rocky wound up beating his butt. So you get what I'm saying? So now you know what cherry picking means and where it originated from and how it wound up being one of the words in actually boxing. Let me show you that again. Yeah. Wow, see, if you're doing that in real time, you don't leave yourself open or stupid. It actually be more like this. It looks something like this. Block that right that's gonna come to you. And then my liver shot. We did that right. Block yourself. subscribe, share, like, comment. Cherry picking. Now you know where it come from.